Hi guys, today I'm going to continue working with the Deno platform and let's develop a board for Discord. We will also add a number of unit tests and we'll see how they work. As always, all of the links and time codes for your convenience will be at the description of this video. So let's start. First of all, let's describe the task. I'm going to create a moderator bot. So we can add the folder and the main file. The bot should react on messages with the bad words or if there are some caps lock. So we will need to implement two functions here. The first one is capitalsExceeded and the second one is hasBlacklistedWords, for example. But before doing that, let's make sure that the Deno platform works. We're at the console log, then open in the terminal and just type Deno run mod ts. As you can see, we got the message, then it is correct. Next, we need to add a number of packages that we're going to use while developing, so I'll add the file dependencies and we'll go to the Deno site. Here we need to open the third-party modulus and type, for example, Discord. There are a number of packages that you can use for your development, but my personal preference is the package Harmony. Scroll down and just take this line. So we paste it to our deps. Let's edit that it is for Discord. And instead of import, we're going to use export. Okay. The second package is .env, and we have already used it at our previous video, so if you haven't seen it, feel free to check this out by this link. Again, we're getting this line and let's add it here. Okay, so now we need to import the dependencies that we've just added, so add import from deps.ts. Let's say that we have a const client equals to new client. This is all about loading this file, so this line doesn't make a lot of sense for now, but it will a little bit later. I'm also going to add the token variable and get the value from the env file, like this. And let's see what is the value of it. Okay, we can remove this one. So now, since we are going to obtain this value from the environment variables, we need to add the env file and assign some value here, some value. We will assign a real value once we get it from Discord. Let's see how it works. First of all, we need to type Deno run, then we need to add allow read permissions, then we need to add allow env permissions and allow net, and eventually just type mod ts. You can see that we got the expected value. Now it's time to get a token. So we're opening the Discord developers applications. If you know how it can be done, then you can just move to the next part of this video, and I'm going to create a new application. Here we can choose the moderator app, then we need to tap bot and click add bot. Yes, this is our bot. Here we need to set the permissions for our bot, so we know that it will send messages and it will manage messages. That is okay. And here we can just click to reveal token. And here is. So we copy it and paste it to our env file. Here. So now let's add this bot to our server. Again, we open our application, move to the OAuth tab. So we choose that this is the bot API, click copy and open this page. Then you will be able to choose which server you'd like to use for your bot. I'm going to choose a Discord server and click authorize. I'm human. And if everything was okay, then you should see this pop up. And at the same time, you can see that the bot is displayed here, but it is offline. Let's continue and make our bot online. To make this happen, we need to use the method connect of the client type, pass token, and intents none. Now let's add a very basic handler. So if we got a message, and let's check the content of this message. For example, if the content is pink, then we'd like that our bot will reply hello. Let's run it. Okay, and let's see how it works. We're opening the Discord, and you can see that first of all the bot is online. We say hey, no response. We say ping, and here is the answer, which means that the bot is connected, and now we need to add some logic. Now it's time to implement this function, and I'm going to create a new file, let it be filters.ts. So let's say export function hasBlacklistedWords. Here I say that this function will get a string value and return boolean, like this. And don't forget to add the comments. Okay, let's return true for some time just to make it compilable. Okay, so before the actual implementation, let's add some unit tests. And in Deno, the convention is filters test.ts. We're going to use this function, which is a part of the standard library. So all we need to do next is to type Deno test, set the name of our test, and implement it. So let's say that if the message doesn't have any bad word, then the result should be false. However, let's copy this test, rename it to true, and say that if we got the following message, let it be like this. In this case, our bot should consider that this message has some offensive words, and it will remove the message and will send a reason why the message has been removed to a user. So let's try to run this test. We type Deno test, and you see that it is failed. And actually this is not a surprise since we do not have any implementations. So now let's implement this function. First of all, if string doesn't have any value, then we return false. Next, let's assign a list of bad words that we'd like to avoid. And the last line is we're going to use a regexp. Here I'll join my blacklist with the separator, and we'll just test the message for this regexp. So other words, if there are any of these words in this message, then we will return true, and this message should be removed. Now let's run our test, and you can see that it works, and it just took 0 milliseconds. Now let's declare the second function. Let's call it capitalsExceeded. This will accept a string and some number, and this number we will use to count what is the proportion of lowercase and uppercase characters. Let's add the documentation here. So if we do not have any string, then again we return false. Now let's see if there are any uppercase characters in our string, and again we can use a regular expression. So it should be const uppercase letters. Here we can use string match and make sure that there are any of them, and I'm going to take the length. Once it's done, we should get a number of letters in uppercase in this variable. And the last line is that I'd like to count this proportion and make sure that it does not exceed the limit. So we type return, check the length of the string and just multiply it by the limit. Don't forget to return false, so if there are no letters, then return false. So this is how it should work. Let's assume that we have the following line: A, B, C, D, and like this. Talking about uppercase letters, we will have 6 of them. And the limit that I would allow, for example, for my server would be 0.6, which means that we'll compare if 6 greater or equal to 10 multiplied by 0.6. And in this case, this will be the result, and we will return false. So this message will be considered as the one with the exceeded number of uppercase letters. Let's get back to our tests. Again, we're typing Deno test, let it be is uppercase false, and add some test cases. For example, it is not uppercase if we have a string, I don't know, hi there, and the limit is 0.6. In this case, this is not the uppercase string. Again, if there are just a number of letters in the lowercase, that is also fine. But let's add some more interesting examples here. First of all, hi there, this is definitely uppercase. What if we have the very long uppercase string? Again, this is also uppercase. Let's add the last one, as we've just mentioned, A, B, C, D, and 6 of the uppercase letters. Okay, so let's run our test and make sure that it works. Yes, that's okay. It sounds like our implementations are correct. And now it's time for the last part of our video, where we need to combine all of these things together. So first of all, let's check if we have any bad words in the last message. In this case, we will reply that your message has been removed and the reason of that is bad words, and just delete it. The second filter is about capitals exceeded. So again, we'll check this content for 0.6 and we can just copy paste it. Just change the reason, like caps lock. Okay, so I think we can start. Deno run all of the required permissions and mod TS. And let's open the Discord server. So we can see that our application is online and we can start to chat. So hi there, that should be okay. But what if we type Y? You can see that the bot reacted and my message has been removed because of the caps lock. What if we type that's okay, and like this? Again, you can see that the message has been removed because of the bad words. And it seems that it works as expected. As usual, last but not least, I suggest you to type Deno fmt just to format the entire code of your application. And now it's clear. And that was it. Once again, all of the links are available at the description to this video. I hope you enjoyed this small session and expect more videos on Deno in the future. Thanks for watching.